Well, I was seasick for 28 days, I think. But after the 28th, 29th day, we were entering the harbor. And here we are entering a harbor. The boat's blowing its whistle. And all of a sudden we saw the Statue of Liberty. Well, I think you really have to live this through to be able to realize what goes through your mind, how you reflect it, what it does to you, something that is great big out there, you're looking at it, thank God. You're saying, thank God. So we stayed on that ship for one day. Next day we were out in Ellis Island, went through the examination. Before we got out, there was interpreters. And you are in front of the judge, and they ask you questions, and of course the interpreter interprets it to the judge. What's your name and this and that, and you must be able to read and write. If you can't, this is held against you. So my aunt, being the oldest, she could not read, and the interpreter, Armenian, he says, say the Lord's Prayer. Take the book and say the Lord's Prayer. And that's what she recited, looking at the book like she was reading it. Of course, everybody, I'm pretty sure the judge knew, the interpreter knew this was being done like that, but they want to make it legal. They want to make it legal. So that's how we got out.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking to file for asylum.
How did you even got in here?
I filed all the right papers, sir. The N400 and the I-765.
Okay. That's enough. Tell me your story, why you are afraid to go back.
For a start, I need to inform you that most of my family are here in the US. They applied for asylum a few years ago, before all of that happened. My name is Christophe Rodeau. I was born in France, Montélimar, in 2004. I lived there all my life. I was a doctor there, a surgeon. Until my 33rd birthday, everything seemed okay. I had a good life, it was stable at least. But then the temperatures started rising. Everyone thought they had seen it coming, but we highly underestimated it. One day, it was in the middle of summer, most of the roads started to melt, all the cars were stuck. The most frightening thing was the nuclear plant, less than 10 kilometers from my home. Since I was a kid, I always had potassium iodide in my house, in my office, and I was always preparing myself to swallow them as soon as I would hear the alarm. But the alarm never rang. Everything just went black. A few hours later, I was taken by the army to a school hundreds of kilometers from my home. I was terrified, but soon we had to move again. For months we were on the road, looking for a safe place. We ended up in Germany. But I wanted to join my family here, in the USA. There's nothing for me in Germany.
Okay. You know we have nuclear plants here as well? It could happen here too. Next question. Have you or your family ever been accused, charged, arrested, detained, interrogated, convicted, sentenced or imprisoned in any other country than the USA?
Sadly, I have to answer yes. As I wrote in my application, I was part of the movement in 2019 in France, the Yellow Vests. I can promise you I was innocent. I'm a pacifist. But I was convicted for participating in a forbidden demonstration, and I spent 2 long months in prison in south of France. But of course, I would never do that ever again.
Okay. Thank you for all those answers. You'll be informed in a few days.